Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Forgers. Today, we're going to be doing some small upgrades on our home server here called The Tank. We're going to be running a power supply of 670 watts, ran in redundancy, just in case for one failure. We're going to have two 16 gig kits of 4x4 DDR3 133 megahertz ECC registered RAM, 120 gigabyte SSD, and a 2 terabyte hard drive. Now, to begin, we're going to be installing the power supplies. I decided to go with two power supplies for this project, just in case that one fails. I want to prevent any downtime or lost services to our customers. This also will eventually become our main editing workstation for the time being, so I wanted also to prevent any issues with that. Next, we're going to go with our 32 gig kit of ECC registered RAM. We're going to be installing from the right to the left. It doesn't really matter, to my knowledge, how we install it. I sped it up here, honestly, because it's quite boring to watch someone install RAM for a minute and a half. But yeah, to my knowledge, since we're filling all of the slots, it doesn't matter how we install it, as long as we obviously orient it the correct way. Now, once again, this is 1333 megahertz ECC RAM. Even though DDR5 is coming out soon, we're still running DDR3 because it's cheap and easy right now to get. Now, coming up next, we're going to go with a 120 gigabyte SSD, which I ripped out of another server, actually. We're using this, honestly, just for convenience. And a 2 terabyte hard drive, which is not NAS, but we will not be running this workstation 24/7, so we don't need it. Now, the 120 gig SSD is going to be our main boot drive, with the 2 terabyte running most of our other programs. Now, unfortunately, the SSD actually did provide some issues for me, as I couldn't screw it into any existing punch holes, so I had to figure out exactly how to get it in there. As you can see, I was struggling right here. Finally figured out that I just had to essentially push it in myself without using the hard drive bay at all. Still want to put the hard drive bay in just so that it's easy storage for it and that it looks nice and finished on the front. Our next one is going to be the 2 terabyte drive that I previously mentioned from Seagate. Now, like I said, it's not NAS, so it doesn't have that extra 24/7 capability, but since it's not my storage server or running 24/7, I'm not too worried about it. Now, I was talking during this, but I wasn't sure quite what I was saying, honestly. So, here's just me installing it into our server rack. It's not as well lit because I genuinely don't have that many lights, as I don't really need to when I work on installing servers over here. I honestly struggled for quite a bit to try and get it in because this rack isn't meant to be pulled out too often. I'm only doing this for its upgrade right now, and hopefully some upgrades down the line. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry for any noise in the background. The cats are currently active as it is later in the night, and they like to be crackheads as it gets later. And thank you again, guys, for tuning in. I hope you guys have a fantabulous night.